Today we're talking about the ROG Ally or the ROG Ally, whatever you want to call it. Just call it the best handheld gaming console on the market today, without a doubt, period. That's just my opinion, but it's a very strong opinion because let's just talk about the one simple feature that this thing has over top of everything else. First of all, it's basically a mini computer in, no. It is a computer in your hands. It's a mini computer in your hands. That's what it is, okay? Now, second, let's talk about all the other handhelds. First of all, you got your Nintendo Switch that can only play Nintendo games. You got your PlayStation Portal that can play PlayStation games, your LG, whatever it's called, that can play Xbox games, and your Steamdeck, which can only play Steam games. Now, before you come at me, Steam guys, just understand something. Maybe you own multiple games on multiple different accounts, on multiple different platforms. You don't want to consolidate them all on Steam. Yes, Steam can play a lot of the other games that are on other systems, but what if you don't own them all there? Okay, so just sit down and hear me out for a second, all right? Thank you. Now, the ROG Ally or the ROG Ally, whatever the hell you want to call it, it can play all those games. What I mean by that is I have my Steam account, my Battle.net account, my EA account, my Xbox Game Pass account, my PlayStation Plus account, and my Nintendo emulators on here that allow me to play a bunch of Nintendo games. Yes, don't get me wrong. The Switch is that one handheld that's kind of like not really in this whole group because of that simple feature that there is no way to play a bunch of Switch games online. You have to use emulators and all that kind of stuff. So that's the one that's out there. Anyways, that being said, you basically can play any game you want to play on this damn system without a doubt. And that's what makes it the best handheld gaming console on the market right now, period, in my opinion. Okay? Now, there's a couple of caveats, a couple of minor details that I don't like about it, and I'm going to talk about those right now. One being the battery life. So you have three modes you can play games on this thing. You have silent, performance, and turbo. Now, for some of the games, you're going to have to play it on turbo mode, and turbo mode only gives you about 3 hours of playtime. And when I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3 on here from my Steam account, yes, the PC version, not the Xbox version, right, or the PlayStation version, the PC one, when I'm playing that on here, it utilizes a lot of like GPU usage and CPU usage, and it cuts my playtime down quite significantly. I would see my playtime go down to about 3 hours, and let's be honest, 3 hours of Baldur's Gate is just not enough. Now, there's a way around that. It's a little simple fix, but it's not really the best fix. You can go ahead and get yourself a dock, plug this thing into the dock, connect the dock to a TV or a monitor if you really want to, and then go ahead and play it on there, and then you'd have a constant power source, if you will. But unlike a regular PC like this thing right back here that has a multitude of fans and has great cooling, this thing does not. See the top fans right here? See these places right here? Those are the only places that can vent the heat. So you will start experiencing lag if you go for multiple hours on end in that situation specifically on the dock, okay? So you will have to still give it a rest. Unfortunately, it does suck that way. But if you don't own a PC, get this thing, get a dock. Now you have a PC, if you will. Now, the other thing that I don't like about it is the fact that you only get 512 gigabytes of space, and that's it. It's kind of, there's not very much. It's not hard to fill that up. It really isn't, right? Baldur's Gate already takes up a fifth of that. So that's one thing that does suck, and I'm going to be honest, there is the space, but that's something that can be easily rendered as well, easily fixed. And what I mean by that is you can either get SD cards, like micro SD cards that can fit in the top here. As you can see, there's a spot right there for micro SD cards. Those right there can simply just expand your memory, and then by that you can move games to it and hold them on there, so you can then just transfer games back and forth instead of having to reinstall and uninstall games to be able to play other games, because that's just a pain in the ass. And there's another fix, and it's actually quite simple, and it deals with just replacing the memory in the back of this thing, replacing the actual internal memory, period. And that's not very hard to do. I will be making a video on that in the future here. You can basically go all the way up to, I think it's 2 gigs total. You probably can go more now, but it can support up to 2 gigs of internal memory, I believe. All right, but we'll be crossing that bridge when we go ahead and cross that bridge later on. I'm going to show you a couple of different methods that you can use, where you can use different M.2 memory sticks in it, which is going to be super awesome and super great. But yeah, those are the 2 caveats that I don't like about the system, is the amount of space and the battery life. They just suck to begin with. But if that's your only real problems from owning a mini computer, then, well, fuck. Anyways, guys, if you want to keep up to date when I post future videos about what I'm going to be doing to this system and all the little tips and tricks I can bring to you with this system, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, hit that whatever button you have to hit that gray bell notification icon to keep you up to date when I do post those future videos. All right. And as always, keep being the amazing person that you are, keep evolving. And until next time, deuces.